I know you see it. We have a whiteboard in the background, and we're going to talk about building your kingdom of cardboard, empire building, but it does start with baby steps. Just how patient are you? Because we're about to find out. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thanks a lot for coming and hanging out with me on the channel today. We're talking about finance. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't pretend to be one. I don't do it in real life. But I have learned certain things that have helped me get magic cards basically for free that I'm going to share with you guys, because right now the dollar is pretty strong. And every dollar you earn that you're not spending on magic and you're holding at your bank account, there's things you can do with that money, things you can do to get ahead. I'm only going to talk about the ones I do, and I do not endorse any of these ideas. I'm just letting you know which ones I do here in Canada. First off, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. If you need real advice, go find one in the back door. I'm just a guy who eats nachos and cheese in his bedroom. I don't purport to be, nor am I a financial advisor, but I've learned things, and these things have served me well to get free magic cards, which is why I'm going to go over it. People asked, so here we are with a whiteboard video. Now, look at the backdrop here. Patience equals reward. Most people nowadays do not have the time to be patient. They do not wait for things. They want instant gratification, and that sucks. Because delaying your reward will really make you appreciate it. I'm telling you from the honest truth, that's how I feel every time I get a magic card that I really want to get. And you guys have been on the channel for a while, you know I have my targets. I do. Who doesn't? We all have goals in life. Now, let's just say you have a little bit of money. Here in Canada in particular, I like to buy bank stocks. Now, banks are different everywhere in the world, but here in Canada, our major banks are basically backed by the government. They really can't go under in the same way that other banks can. There would definitely be a bailout and protection and stuff. So I've always considered bank stocks kind of boring, but very safe for the average Canadian. I'm not sure how it is in other parts of the world. You'll have to check it out, but there's got to be a way that you can get in there, okay? To find a blue chip, like a safer stock that will pay something called dividends. Dividends, right there, the yield of your dividends. So when you buy a stock and you buy it for, let's say, $69 here, 69 bucks, Canadian price. And I think in the US it's like 50 something for this particular bank stock that we're using. Now, this bank stock right now is paying 5.29%. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot of money, 5% return. But what is your bank paying you for the money sitting in your account? What are they paying you right now? There's magic cards you want to buy, and you want to buy them now. You're tempted just to take it out of your account, buy the card. But if you can wait, if you have some patience, you can get much further ahead than that, than just spending your bank money. You should be earning money for free. And that's what that 5.29% is. What I'm talking about today is for every share of a bank stock at $69, you spend 69 bucks, you get one share. It yields you 5.29%. or $4.08 Canadian, and banks pay you here in Canada, or most stocks in Canada, pay you quarterly, so 4 times a year, which means $1.02. So for every $69 you buy, every 3 months you're getting $1.02. Not a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, I understand that is not a lot of cash. It seems like a not even a drop in the bucket by today's standards. Can't even get a McDonald's coffee. Seems insignificant. But that's only one share. That's one share. Now, let's just say the average Soldevi excavations right now is $8. Yes, I'm using Soldevi excavations. You have to go with me here. $8 for moderately played, $10 for light played, $20 for near mint. And we just said I'm making $4.08 a year, or $1.02. I can't even buy one Soldevi for $69. But what happens if I have two? Well, if I have 2 shares, I'm making $8.16. 3 shares is $12. So if I buy the stock and I buy 3 of them for $190 something, I now am going to get one Soldevi excavations for free forever, as long as it stays at that price. Prices can change, but forever. Now, in Canada, you would have to pay taxes on your earnings. Okay? You do. But the cool thing is we have something called a TFSA, tax-free savings account. Any stocks I buy inside that, I don't pay taxes on. I just get to keep the profits. So you got to think, if I want to get a free Soldevi, and I'll buy a rough one, a medium play, whatever I can get, it's got to fit within the budget. So the more shares I buy, the quicker I can get a free Soldevi. Free. So let's go over here and look there. If I have $69 for each share and I buy 10, that's $690. I get it. It's a lot of money, $690, but it's going to pay me $40.84 a year, or 4 Soldevis for free every year. 1 per quarter, a free Soldevi. Think about how that can work for any magic cards you want to get. And here's the thing. Say there's no magic cards you need right now. Nothing you want. But you keep buying a stock or a share in a company that pays a solid dividend and is a reputable company. You got to research these things, guys. Before you just go out and buy some random share, you have to look and research, go to a bank, find out for some real people who don't eat nachos and cheese. You got to find the real deal. But you look at that and you want a magic card, you can start extrapolating that and expanding on the idea. Because if you don't buy any, then this money is going to start appearing in your account and you're not spending it. So before you know, if you waited a whole year or so, you're going to be able to get a free share. And then that share gives you another $4. And if you went 2 years, you see where I'm going with this? The more you add, so what happens if I buy 10 shares every year? Well, then my amount of Soldevis goes up to 8, 12, 16, 32. Before you know it, actually, I guess if you kept doing this, you'd get a dual land for free every single year. Think about any magic card you want. Hey, forget about magic cards. Think about a sealed magic box. $180. But if you guys say $6,900 invested, well, that's going to be a few free boxes every year that you will never have to pay for again. And here's the other thing. Stocks can go up. The dividend's going to pay you anyway, but stocks can go up. And because it's a stock with a solid dividend, when a stock goes down, they're still paying the dividend because it's a solid, it pays. Stocks go up and down. But when you buy stocks on their way down, you still get the same dividend. My dividend amount is not going to change. I'll still get that $1.02. Even if this share of $69 dropped to $40, I'd still be getting that dollar, which means buying them at $40 is like a fire sale. And you're accumulating more shares faster. So when they do go back up, and they always do, it seems, as long as you wait around long enough, patience, long game, you get further and further ahead. And when a bank tells you things like, oh, if you keep $5,000 in your bank account, we don't charge you banking fees. Take that $5,000, times it by the 5.29%. 0.592. It's like probably 200 and something bucks. But those fees they're going to charge are only 160. Investing the money yourself pays you more than the bank. So let them charge you the fees. You're still making more in your investments. It's a really funny world to look at. But right now, with money the way it is, you shouldn't ignore the possibility. And I know this video is not for everyone. I get it, guys. Looking at this stuff can be confusing. It was for me too. But now that I've been doing it for a while and I see the accumulation and what it can provide for me and my family, this is something I can't ignore. So whenever I get a little bit extra and I haven't spent on something, like right now I haven't been buying a lot of magic cards, I've been trying to pay down bills, but I've also been buying a few extra shares when they've been cheap. And you add a little bit each time, you don't even realize it. I put an odd number in my account. Whenever I get, say, 83 cents, I transfer that money over. It's 83 cents, you don't even notice it, but if you do that 16, 17 times a month, now you're talking 20, 30 bucks. Before you know it, in a couple months, you're buying some shares. Interesting times to think about. And yes, I'm simplifying it. I'm sure it's much more complicated and difficult, but you can get ahead doing this stuff. It just takes a little time and effort. And when you start to build it, you'll see that that patience has paid off. And you will be rewarded. It won't happen all at once. It doesn't happen the first, second, or third year. But getting a second job, a third job, to help make those effects happen quicker, if you can handle it, and that stress level to have that many jobs, it can really pay off. Or making sure you don't eat out. Making sure you make your food at home. Don't buy coffee out. Don't go to Starbucks. $5 here, $5 there. Think about the money I'm talking about. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It adds up. And then before you know it, you're getting a dual land every quarter for free. heavily played, moderately played, you can build your equity and not just give it away to somebody else. People always think it's impossible to do, and it's not. It takes time and effort to build your empire. Anyone who's watched my videos, you've seen my backdrop. Guys, I work for a living. I'm not super wealthy, but I buy and I build and I buy and I build to get where I am today. It's not an easy journey, but if you grind it out and you want to get somewhere in life, that's what it takes sometimes. Sure, there's faster routes. You can get an inheritance. You can win the lottery, but I would never buy a lottery. I don't buy a lottery ticket. That's $2, that's $5, that's $7. That money to me could be better spent building up what I know will pay off in the long run. For every $7 each week that I don't buy a lottery ticket, think about that, $7 a week, $5 every couple of days, add that up over a year. Take that money and buy that many shares, you're giving yourself a lottery payment forever. And remember, shares can go up in value. They can be worth more. It's very interesting to watch people complain about how difficult things are, how they don't have money when they're spending money on frivolous things. And I love my magic cards. But I'm trying not to spend my money. I'm trying to spend the dividend payments I get from that business building, because most people will never do it. Most people even watch this video, you'll be excited for a moment, think about it and say, I'll get to it. And you never will. It's interesting. I hope you do, though. I hope you take this advice, check into a bank, talk to a financial person. Now, my stocks personally are self-directed, which means I buy them myself. I don't want a bank person doing it and buying a mutual fund or buying things I don't want. Because in Canada, banks are solid. They don't go out of business because there's only 5 of them. So I personally only buy bank stock and utilities because you always have to have electricity. Certain commodities we have to have. I buy natural gas, I buy hydro, and I buy banks. Because banks provide the services that make the world go round, at least for now. And they've been solid and they've done well. And right now, with everything being down in the stock market and the dollar being as high as it is, it's a good time to take advantage of it and get yourself ahead. You can do it. If I can do it, anyone can. Time and patience will equal reward. There's guys like that Warren Buffett guy, like billionaires, right? He'll tell you, I'm sure you guys have seen it before, you just put a little bit in, but it's consistency is the key. And then being able to take that money and buy a magic card and know that it's basically free. That I just took some money that the bank gave me just for buying a bank stock. That's the dividend payout, the yield of that dividend, or from a hydro company, a gas company, whoever paid me the dividend, and it's tax-free because I've protected it, and now I can just go spend it on some magic cards. Cards I want to enjoy, cards I want to collect and build a massive collection in. Remember, I tell you guys, reserve list cards are like skyscrapers. There's only so many levels of each one. One could have 100,000 copies in the world. One could have 200,000. One may only have 1,100 like Alpha. And when you buy those cards and start sinking yourself into those, you realize you are buying into a collection you want to own, and you didn't really have to pay a lot of money for it, or you build your portfolio up enough that you get a discount every time you buy. So maybe you don't get a dual land for $300, but maybe you only paid $240 because you had $60 in dividends coming in every quarter. Interesting stuff, guys, when you actually start looking at it. I hope you found this video at least worth watching. Give you something to think about for your future, because you should be planning for your future. You should be thinking of ways to get ahead in life, because it doesn't have to be always hard. It isn't always going to be pleasant. It is difficult. But when you set those goals for yourself and you work toward them, we all have goals. You guys know mine. I got plans. And we all hope to get there. Don't give up. Keep pushing ahead. Even in the hard days, you can do it. You can. So I hope you found the video entertaining. I hope you guys made it till the end here and realized that Soldevi excavations are like the best card ever. And we just got to get more of them. We just got to build up to it. And this is one of the ways I do every single month, buy reserve list cards. This is how I'm doing it, because this will get me ahead and let me buy cards I want to own and get cards for the channel. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate everyone who gives those videos a thumbs up. Of course, leaves comments in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel and you somehow found me here in the Nacho Cheese universe, hit that subscribe button. Help the channel grow. Easy to do and free. Thanks again, guys. Have an awesome day today. To all the fantastic patrons who support my channel, my efforts here on YouTube, thanks again for being here. Thanks for being part of Team Moxman and helping the channel. You guys are the ones who help this content get created. Thanks again, everyone. Welcome back to the end of the video. So the whiteboard fell. I didn't know it was falling. You guys probably did because it was behind me and I couldn't see it at the time of filming. And then it landed on the back of my legs with quite a bit of speed. And I'm in pain right now. Suffer for your art, they say. It really hurt. So yeah. I'll be fine. Nothing that hasn't happened before. Yeah, so that was entertaining. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to go ice the back of my legs. And we'll be back tomorrow. So, yeah.